Ethan's mother handed him $500 on a Tuesday evening. She was standing at the kitchen sink. Her hands were wet from washing dishes. She dried them on a towel, opened her banking app, transferred the money, then smiled. "I'm proud of you." Ethan said thank you, then walked upstairs, closed his bedroom door, sat on the edge of his bed, and stared at the floor. Because the money wasn't for textbooks, and 11 days later, she still didn't know. Ethan was 22 years old. He had spent 18 months saving money, birthday money, extra shifts, weekends, missed nights out, $2,040, every dollar he had. Then his older brother Marcus showed him something. Marcus wasn't rich, he was worse. He looked rich. The nicer car, the expensive sneakers, the confidence, the kind of confidence that makes you believe someone before they've proven anything. One Friday night, Marcus slid his phone across the table. Look. The screen showed profits, $300, then $400, then $600. The numbers kept climbing. Marcus leaned back and smiled. This is how people actually get ahead. Ethan couldn't stop staring. For 18 months, he'd been trading hours for money. Marcus was making money while sitting on a couch. How much do I need? $2,000. The next morning, Ethan transferred almost everything he owned. $2,000 gone from his account. But he wasn't nervous. He felt powerful, like he'd finally found the shortcut everyone else knew about. Every morning he checked the dashboard. The balance kept growing. $300, $400, $600. The numbers felt addictive. A week later, his friend Dion looked at the dashboard. 15% a month? That sounds fake. You just don't understand investing, Ethan said. He believed that completely. Months later, he'd replay that sentence in his head more than any other. Then a notification appeared. Premium membership, higher returns, limited spots available. He clicked immediately. His excitement disappeared when he saw what was needed. $500 more. He checked his bank account. $40. That was it. The opportunity was right there, and he was $500 short. That evening, he found his mother making dinner. The smell of garlic filled the kitchen. She was humming to herself. "Mom, I need money for textbooks." She didn't ask which class, didn't ask how much, didn't ask why. She trusted him. That was enough. A few taps on her phone, $500 transferred. Then the smile. "I'm proud of you." For a second, Ethan almost stopped her, almost told the truth. Almost. Instead, he said thank you and walked away. 3 days later, the website disappeared. He refreshed the page that night, then the next morning, then every hour after that. The website never came back. Neither did the money. $2,500. His savings, his mother's money, gone. Ethan sat in his car outside his mother's house. The engine was off. The driveway was dark. Inside, the kitchen light was still on. He could see her moving around through the window, cleaning up after dinner, completely unaware. He sat there for 42 minutes, then went inside, and said nothing. Day 3. His mother asked if the textbooks were helping. Ethan said yes. Day 6. She asked if he needed anything else for school. He nearly told her. Nearly. Day 9. She told a family friend how responsible he was. Ethan excused himself and went outside. Day 11. She sat down across from him at dinner. "I've been thinking, I might want to invest some money too. You seem excited about it. Maybe you can show me how it works." The room suddenly felt too small, because now there were two disasters. The money was gone, and his mother was asking to join him. That same night, Marcus finally called. "We got scammed." "How much did you lose?" Ethan asked. A pause. Too long. "Nothing. I never invested." Silence. "You told me you invested." "I was going to." Ethan closed his eyes. The money hurt, but the betrayal hit harder, because Marcus had watched him jump without ever jumping himself. The next morning, Ethan sat across from his mother at the kitchen table. His hands wouldn't stop shaking. He told her everything. The investment, the lie, the scam, the money. When he finished, the room became very quiet. He waited for anger, waited for disappointment. Instead, she looked down at the table, then back at him, and asked one question. "What are you going to do now?" That weekend, Ethan got a second job. Warehouse shifts, heavy boxes, long hours, the kind of work that leaves your back sore before lunch. His first paycheck went straight to his mother. Cash, on the table. She looked at it, then at him. "You don't have to do this all at once." He nodded, but he did it anyway. Again and again and again. 3 months later, he handed her the final payment. For the first time in months, he slept through the night. 8 months later, Ethan opened a real investment account. His first deposit was $50, not $2,000, $50. A week later, the account dropped slightly. He didn't panic. He didn't refresh the page every hour. He didn't lose sleep. Because something had changed. He finally understood the difference between investing and hoping. 3 years later, his account wasn't worth millions. It wasn't even worth tens of thousands. But every dollar in it was real. Built by him. Understood by him. And every single dollar of it was honest. Marcus still talks about opportunities. The next shortcut. The next guaranteed winner. Ethan just nods, then changes the subject. Because some lessons are too expensive to learn twice. Here's your RichMinded challenge this week. Think of one financial decision you made that you haven't told anyone about. You don't have to share the details. Just comment one word, the emotion you felt when you realized what had happened. Because you are not alone in this. And naming it is always the first step out of it. There's a new story every week showing you exactly where real people lost money and what they learned that you don't have to find out the hard way. Subscribe to RichMinded so you don't miss next week, because next episode, we meet Fatima and find out about her financial struggles. See you then.